Yo, we got update news from Path to Exile 2. Look, it says, as the week wraps up, we pull together a list of changes we're targeting for development in a patch mid next week. So that's next week. We've been busy making improvements for Path to Exile 2. Here's what's on the way. Yeah, I need to get all the applause, bro. I need y'all to scream. So we're going to be able to respec our ascendancies. But, it's not a bad but. You know, I like a nice butt, you know, nice round. But anyway, so we're going to have to redo the ascendancy trial, which I don't think is a bad idea. So we redo the ascendancy trial, and then at the end of redoing the ascendancy trial, we can respec our character back down to 0, and then we can pick another ascendancy. I don't think that's bad. I mean, I actually don't think that's bad. You know, that kind of makes sense. It fits with the whole trial thing. You want to redo your thing, redo the trial. All right, that's cool. All right, they also gonna make some in-game changes. Look, and the unintentional problem with tower maps and hideout maps is they don't currently spawn the rare monsters for the clear condition. Due to this, they also don't drop the extra map that is designed to allow guaranteed map sustain. All right, so they're gonna fix that. Crafting changes. As each room tier is unlocked, we are removing the lower rooms from the drop pool. This is to stop you from getting spammed with lesser rooms at higher levels. We will adjust the drop rates as that occurs so that you can get more reasonable number of total rooms. All right, cool. We're adding the ability to socket scepters and adding mods to some talismans for scepters to allow upgrades to your minion. That's not that right there. That right there. Anyway, totem changes. We had quite a few reports of totems not surviving at end game due to not gaining as much elemental resistance as the player does. In order to solve this problem, we have made the following changes. Totem starts gaining elemental resistance from gem level 15 up to 75% at 20%. Nice. Ironwood support also adds some maximum elemental resistance to totems. Okay. Shard scavenger. The Shard scavenger reservation wasn't doing enough to be useful to most players, so we made the following change. Shard scavenger, in addition to its current effects, now also restores 1 cooldown use for all your grenades and grants a buff for 2 seconds that prevents your crossbow attacks from consuming bolts. Nice. My skills on the gem cutting tab. When you're using uncut gem, it's often annoying to find that the skills that you were using from the off class to level up. In order to fix that, we've added a new tab to the gem cutting window that allows you all the gems you have equipped. The list of the changes are just the changes that we've been made so far. These are not the only changes that we'll be investigating, and they do not represent the full list of what players are reporting to us. All right, cool. So you heard that. Great thing is we're going to be able to respec ascendancy sometime mid next week. So catch y'all later. Peace out.